Hi, everyone. I'm Katie with SPCA International, and today we are joined with Anna Clements, the director of SOS Galgos. How are you doing today, Anna?
Hi, thank you, Katie, for taking the time to be with me today. It's very kind of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, could you kick us off telling us a little bit about SOS Galgos?
Sure. Okay, so SOS Galgos is the name of our organization. It stands for Save Our Spanish Greyhounds. So the Galgos are a specific breed of Spanish Greyhound, and they're really an endangered breed, actually. Yeah. So what we do quite simply at heart is rescue as many as these Galgos as possible, the ones that have been abused or abandoned. And we also focus strongly on education.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially with younger generations. Yeah, so that these dogs are treated with respect and hopefully prevent cruelty in the future, and so that they receive the care that they deserve.
Absolutely. That's so imperative, teaching
Mm.
the young how to treat animals and what's happening in the world. It's really important. So,
Yeah,
our
I
next
used to
question.
be a kindergarten teacher, so I feel very strongly about education. I had, for 15 years, I had 27 4-year-olds.
Oh
And
my
so
goodness.
they're a bit like puppies, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's wonderful. And such an easy transition for your organization then to really
Yeah.
communicate and still foster that relationship with the younger generations.
Uh,
So how did the partnership between SOS Galgos and SPCA International begin?
Well, our partnership with the SPC International began back in 2012, and it actually started very organically. We shared a post on Facebook about the documentary film called February, the Fear for Galgos. And it was seen by Laurie Kalev, one of the founders of SPCA International. And from that moment, we became great friends, and we just clicked, and we started talking and collaborating over the years, and this grew into joint actions on the ground,
Mhm.
and including organizing a demonstration together in Barcelona here in Spain, and to ban hair coursing with galgos. So along the way, we also helped to contribute towards raising signatures worldwide. Together, we did this. It was a joint effort. It was wonderful. And the SPCA International did so much to help the Galgos in this way, not only raise awareness, but collect signatures to end hunting with Galgos in Spain.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Getting signatures from all over the world, making an impact.
Amazing. And
Yeah.
I have them on paper. This from everywhere, from Australia, the Bahamas, Africa, just all over the world, all over Europe, the United States. It's
Mhm.
just amazing to see how many people really care about the situation. Is heartwarming.
Yeah, absolutely. People love
Yeah,
dogs.
they do. They do.
So, what are the current projects that SOS Galgos are working on right now?
Well, at the moment, we focus mainly on rescue and rehoming and education. So that's our main task. And we aim to rehome as many galgos as possible. So both locally here in Catalonia, as well as internationally abroad, thanks to our partners. And indeed, one of the our latest collaborations with the SPCA International is the upcoming transport of 15 galgos to America. And we're
Yes.
so happy. They will all go into fantastic, loving homes. We're so grateful.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah, yeah.
So, leading into
So,
that, tell us a little
mhm.
bit about what is going on in Spain and what is happening with these galgos,
Yeah.
what your organization and what we're doing to help assist.
Well, sadly, every year in Spain, tens of thousands of galgos are used and abused, especially at the end of the hunting season, which is now. It's like a tsunami of galgos appearing everywhere. And so many of them are abused or simply discarded. Um, when they're no longer considered useful. So this is literally what we're facing every single day. And there's not only appeals from members of the public around Spain, but also emotional blackmail coming from hunters who no longer want them. So it's very difficult to cope with emotionally, but financially too. I mean, it's just a real challenge, and there are no boundaries. It's very difficult, and but that's the reality of our everyday work.
Yeah.
So through our rescue and recovery and adoption work, so we're able to give many hundreds of galgos a second chance,
Mm,
which is wonderful.
yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. And the hunting season that begins like mid-October and goes until end of, yeah.
End of February, end of January, beginning of February. Yeah.
Yeah. How has our partnership helped further your mission?
Well, your partnership has been vital because we have so many overhead costs and food bills and veterinary bills and transport and all the costs on top of that, the boarding costs that uh, we face when we don't have any room in our own kennel. We pay them to be in a boarding kennel 1,000 miles away, and it's a stopping station for them to wait at and receive veterinary care also and shelter while we're trying to find homes for the ones we have. And and it's a huge financial commitment, and it wouldn't be made possible if it weren't for partners like the SPCA International. Yeah.
Awesome. So maybe give us a little spoiler on what's to come here at the end of hunting season between the two of our organizations.
Yeah, so we're very excited to receive three members of the SPC International. We're so excited to see you all. And we're going to cover the itinerary is going to be quite busy because we're going to cover all different types of areas that we face. Well, first of all, we're going to go to an area where there's a lot of abandonment and cruelty. The Galgos live in caves and in dungeons and see the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
That's very important. Then we've got the annual demonstration against hunting. And we're so happy that the SPCA International will be on the front line with us on the ground here, shouting for their welfare and protesting against the cruelty that they endure.
Mhm.
And this demonstration is so important because it sparks off um, news about them on TV, on social media, and it just reminds people that this is still happening day in, day out, systematically,
Yeah.
and that their help is so vital, so vital. So we're really excited. And then there'll be a workshop also. Some children will come, 25 children will come between the age of 6 and 10 years of age, and they'll learn all about compassion and empathy towards animals
Mhm.
and what happens to galgos. They'll actually witness 15 galgos arriving that day because thanks to you all going back with 15, you're making room for another 15, which will arrive
Mm.
um, the day you before you leave with them. So literally, you're saving lives. It's wonderful, and the children will see this. They will see, and they will meet you all, and be reminded of how important it is for people to come from all around the world to help,
Yeah.
and that will be good. And they also read to the Galgos, so it's a reading program
I love
because a
that.
lot of children don't like reading, but when it comes to reading to dogs, that's a different matter.
Yeah.
And it's not intimidating for the dogs because a lot of them have fear issues, but they seem to notice the innocence about children,
Hmm.
and they lose the fear, and children have a natural fascination for them.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're looking down and not making eye contact by reading a book to them, it kind of breaks the ice.
Yeah.
And it also provides an opportunity for children to feel these dogs' energy and vice versa.
Hmm.
It's really therapeutic actually. So it's going to be a wonderful visit from you all. We're really excited and really truly grateful. In the last 4 years, I mean, we've been established since 1999, so we've been going for years, but this actual rescue center and education center has only been going for 4 years. And in that time alone, we've been able to accommodate over 500 dogs, which is wonderful. And also, you have made it possible for us to conduct a research program, which has been really, really important. And a book has come of it, which at the moment is in Spanish, but we're hoping it'll be in English soon. And we're very, very proud of that.
Oh, that's so good. It's great that you're working on so many different pillars. Of course, the rescue and the rehabilitation of the dogs, as well as teaching the young about empathy and animal compassion. And then another really strong pillar is being a voice for the animals and bringing that to a stage globally where people can see what's happening and hopefully inspire change and change these policies. It's unfortunate because Spain has adopted, I believe, that all companion animals are family now, and it's incredible that they made that step. But unfortunately, the working dogs are still in this class where they don't have the protections. And
That's right.
yeah, and I
That's
think it
right.
can be wild for somebody who thinks about animal welfare in Europe, and it can be really daunting. So I'm curious, Anna, and I'm going off the script a little bit here,
That's
but
great.
do you have any advice that you can give somebody, maybe an individual who has just learned about what happened or what is happening in Spain and what they can do to help?
That's a very good question. I think, as you said, to raise awareness is number one.
Hmm.
To talk about the Galgos, the Spanish Greyhounds that are an endangered breed. Um, Hair coursing, the practice of hunting, is very widespread in Spain. Most of 80% of the land is owned by or reserved for hunting practices. And this is like we're talking about 80% of the land when there's 50 million people, inhabitants in Spain, but only 2% of the population are doing this harm or hunting, but they get to access to 80% of the land. It's just
Wow.
beyond outrageous.
Mm.
And and it's just happening in front of our very eyes. And if a Galco is hung or beaten, there's nothing we can do. We can't take the case to the lawyers like we used to, because now they're excluded from the law. And when they're the most vulnerable dogs, and need even further protection. So, I mean, things have gone downhill much worse. I mean, Spain is divided in 17 provinces, and each province has their own kind of law, or did have, but now it's become a statute, like a national protection law.
Mhm.
And now we don't even have uh, any protection at all to look to care for them, to defend them, and things have just gotten worse. So that's why it's more important than ever to be their voice. And I think the social media is making a big difference,
Yeah,
a big impact in that way.
absolutely. So for sure, anybody watching, please share, follow SOS Galgos and make sure to educate the people in your communities in your life of
Yeah,
what is
yeah, because
happening.
education is the key. Education is the key. And if they can to support the SPCA International, who supports us as well as other animal welfare groups, because the help does get to us in a big way, and it significantly does make a change. So yeah, please support the SPCA International as much as you can because they've got our backs.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we look forward to standing beside you in person soon
Me too. Us
and
too, so much.
advocating for these dogs, being the voice for these dogs. And we're just so overwhelmed and happy to help you and cannot wait to be there.
Me
Um,
too.
so thank you so much for meeting with us today.
A
Any final
pleasure.
words, Anna? Of
Thank you for taking the time to speak with me and to
course.
raise more awareness.
Yes, absolutely.